And the next color we are going to use is going to be a red. This one's called Blood Red. And I'm going to, again, go over this wound just on the inside. Well, inside and a little bit on the outside. Just like that. I think this one is the Ben Nye Fresh Cut. And just on the inside right there. And then we're going to put some in here on these little patches that you used or created. Just very light. Just go in there. And don't worry about what it looks like right now, because we're going to go with a sponge right over it just to blend it out some more. Go ahead and add a little red to the inside of these. Doesn't have to be perfect. On the nose and up here. All right, now that we have that, we're going to go over with the sponge and blend it out. And if you need to, take some of your other colors and blend those right in. Okay, other side. You don't have to worry about going inside all of them, because we're going to take a black and do more detail on that, which is our next step. Thin flat brush probably will work better for this. And on these little patches, we're going to just go right on the outside of them and fill them in. You don't have to worry about it being perfect, because we're going to add blood. We're just right now creating a depth to these. So just on the outside. Make sure to get them all. And if you can, try and get on the insides so you can get in there. Go up here, on the nose, and just blend it out with your brush. All right. Once we've got them all blended in, we're going to go back up to the cut and go ahead and put a line of black right in your crease. That will give it depth. And go ahead and push it in there. So as you notice, now we're starting to see that I cut. So we add that in. Okay. Now we're going to do the eyes. So I'm going to take just a basic shadow brush, and I'm going to use make sure you're using matte colors. You don't want to use anything sparkly. And go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to go over his eyes with a pale purple. Just up here too. And blend it out. We're going to keep the purple. And then we're also going to go in the creases of the nose too. Get the other side. Just pull it down. And with the same color, I'm just going to go over here and do the cheeks and the hollow. just right here. Make sure you blend it out. You can just put some spots here and there with that. All right, now we're going to use a darker brown. Close your eyes. We're going to go over that. And again, we're going to go to the nose and over here. Add some little spots here and there. Okay, open your eyes and look up to the ceiling, and you're going to go right under. The other side. All right. Now, keeping with the eyes, we're going to do a bit of a red liner right underneath. We're going to do a little bit of Old Blood. So it's going to be a bit darker than the blood red. So you're going to look up again, and you're going to go right underneath with a very thin coat. And then pull it down. All right. We're going to do it to the other one. Then we're going to pull it down. Now once we got that, and before we start adding blood, pretty good now. So what I'm going to do, the next step is go in with some blood. This is some blood that I made. It's just hair gel and food coloring. And it works really good because it dries and it'll stay put where you put it. Just don't get it near the eyes. And we're just gonna go around the cut. Just give it a thin coat. Again, this is just hair gel. You can get anywhere, and food coloring. You can add patches. On the other side. We're going to go around these little holes that we've already created. Just a very thin coat. And around the nose, up to the forehead. Just be careful around the mouth too. I want to get it in their mouth. And their neck. And then you can wait for that to dry. Shouldn't take that long to dry. And then we're going to use this stuff called blood scab. You can get it at your local Halloween store, or you can make it. All it is corn syrup, cornstarch, and food coloring. That's all that is. And I'm going to take a thin brush, and I'm just going to take a very little bit. A little bit will go a long way. and I'm just gonna put it in the cut. And this stuff will drip down, so just be careful how much you put in and where you put it, because you don't want it dripping in the eyes. We're going to add a little bit to these pockets here. And the other side. You don't have to worry about being too, like getting it around, because the messier kind of the better for a zombie. Look at me. Alright, I'm okay with that. I'm just going to put a little down here, and that'll do it for that. And then the other step is I'm going to use a bottle of blood. You can get that at your local Halloween store. It's these little tubes. You see them. Or you can get the bottle of blood, which is what I'm going to be using. You're going to take a brush, and very little, you don't need a whole lot. Just at the edge of that cut. So it'll give the effect once it starts dripping down. You might need to help it along. And you can also get some here on the neck. And on the other side. And you don't have to stay in the hole. You can go a little bit on the outside of it. Okay. Add a little bit to the nose. Okay, for our last step, I'm going to be using a tooth color. Now, you can also use food dye. You can just put a dot of like black or red in there. And that works fine too, just to get that the teeth a different color. But I'm going to be using the tooth, what is this one? Nicotine, and the other color is Decay. So I'm going to go in with the Decay first, since it's a darker color, and you don't really need a lot. I'm going to have him dry his teeth out. They have to be completely dry for this tooth color to go on. Alright, so once that is dry, we're going to go ahead and apply just kind of all around. And let that dry for just a second. It really doesn't take that long to dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to get the nicotine, which is a lighter color. You see, kind of lip a little. That's okay. And then we're going to go in with lighter color. All right, and once that dries, if you want, you could add more blood to the mouth area, but he's already got enough going on up here that I'm not going to add, and his teeth's good. He could probably go ahead and shut his mouth. And he's zombified. And that concludes our makeup tutorial. Thanks for watching.